Okay, let's talk a little bit more about what this means for workers and bosses. For more on this, we're joined by employment lawyer Jennifer Mills. Jennifer, thanks so much for joining us tonight. What do you think we'll see in terms of unvaxxed people getting their jobs back after these changes?
I do think we are going to see a change in the private sector in terms of close contact workers. I do think that the revocation of part of the order will mean that employees who aren't vaccinated will be able to take up close contact work. And I think that there'll be a flow-on effect from that, Ingrid, in relation to working from home arrangements. Employers have, on the whole, been accommodating with respect to employees' concerns with the Omicron wave, but the government's now indicated that those risks are reduced because of the fact of our high vaccination rates and because of the fact of many employees having had Omicron. Auckland's reached the peak. Other centres are very close to reaching the peak. So there will be a point in time, perhaps 5 April, when these changes kick in, that employers will reasonably be able to request employees to return to the office to work.
The days of being back in your track pants doing your work, it might be over. The vaccine mandates have been a bit of a legal minefield for employers, though. Do these changes make things clearer? Do they sort of clear the way?
Well, certainly anecdotally, employers have said to me that they've been concerned with the lack of clarity around the mandates, the vaccine mandates. And I don't think that the removal of a portion of the vaccine mandates gives any further clarity to employers. But what the government has signalled is that the health and safety risks that an employer has previously identified may not necessarily exist with the passing of the Omicron wave. And I think that this is a good time for employers to go back and reassess their approach to vaccination requirements and working from home arrangements. Yeah. But I do want to stress that the revocation of part of the order, insofar as it impacts, for example, close contact businesses, doesn't mean that a privately conducted health and safety risk assessment is unlawful. So there's no correlation to private sector employers conducting their own robust health and safety risk assessments.
It's still sounding very complicated, I have to say, Jennifer, but thank you so much for your time. I think it might be a good time to be an employment lawyer, just quietly.
Thanks, Ingrid.